Hello, hello. Good morning, my lovely people. Today we are going to find a little seat, settle in, find a little comfortable position that feels good to you. And we are going to breathe and think about action versus inaction. I feel, well, first of all, I heard this quite recently, and it has honestly helped me to figure out a little bit more about my anxiety and my behavioral, my thought habits and patterns, if that makes sense. So, a lot of my anxiety personally comes from the overwhelm. I build things up in my head, even just simple things that I need to do. I don't know why it stresses me out knowing that they're kind of lingering, that I have to do them, that even though they're things that I get to do, and I fully understand that, it's just when they start to pile on, it starts to just feel overwhelming. And instead of just tackling one at a time, I hyper focus on this sense of overwhelm. And then I just start to escalate. And in my head, I build things up and I just start to freak out. And then I'm just freaking out everywhere. But I heard it's not really a quote, it's basically just you have two choices. In every situation, in every scenario, you have action or you have inaction. That's it. So if you're anxious about something, say a school project or a big talk with someone that you need to, express something, you have action. So you can do it, get it out of the way, do something that helps you get closer to this goal or moves you further along, or you have inaction and you do nothing. Those are your two options. So it doesn't really help to sit there and ruminate and think about doing something or not doing something. You just choose to either act or not act. And then you go with either choice with full gusto. Is that how you say it? Gusto? With your full everything. So that has really been helping me a lot. Sometimes I tend to procrastinate things that I don't really want to do that kind of give me anxiety. I just push them off and then that threatens to overwhelm me later. So lately, and I find myself doing this a few times, it's really, really nice when you can see yourself changing kind of your behaviors one at a time. Um, when I find myself starting to, and then I think, action or inaction? Can I do something or can I do the whole thing? Make that phone call, take that first step. Can I do something to lessen my anxiety about this project, about this endeavor? Or do I not? Those are my two options. And a lot of times I will choose, once I sit down with myself and think about it in that way, I will choose action because I know that on the flip side, if I don't choose to act, it'll just stay in the back of my head. It'll just keep going and make me more anxious. So, if this resonates with you, maybe just take a moment while we breathe here to think about what that means to you, action versus inaction, maybe where you are on the sliding scale. Um, and if there's anything that is giving you anxiety that you've been kind of pushing off or procrastinating, maybe we can find something today that we can act upon to bring us closer. Even just a little step. A little step can make all the difference in the world. That forward momentum, it'll keep you going. So now that we've gabbed about for a few minutes, let's find our breath. Let's find our connection this morning. Just noticing where you're at the beginning of this day, this brand new, fresh week. Maybe it'll be a week of action, letting the belly be full as we breathe in, fill the lungs, and then expel it all out. Maybe we even want to start the day off with a little bit of energy. Take a little bit of a lion's breath here. So inhale and stick the tongue out and just exhale loudly. It's kind of fun, it builds up the energy. You can feel the heat on your tongue. You feel different sensations. So notice how this feels different to you if you're taking a lion's breath. Maybe you feel a little bit silly. You want to kind of shake your head. It's okay if you feel goofy because we're doing it together. I'm right here with you, live. Excuse me. Big inhale and exhale. Shake out all that tension. Release it, let it go. We don't need it anymore. One more like this. Big inhale and exhale. I think we should start every Monday like that. Lion's Breath Mondays. That's a good way. That's a good way to start the week. Let's take one nice, even, natural breath together. Let's seal in these little minutes of mindfulness, this little practice. And I would love to know if there is something that you will be attending to today, if this made you act in a little bit of a different way than maybe you thought before we hopped on here together. I am trying to make this one of the most productive Mondays I've had in a while. I'm always off for my other job on Mondays. They're closed. So they're usually one of my most productive days. But today, I can feel it's going to be one of my most productive yet. I'm taking action in everything. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Beginning your day with some conscious thought, conscious breath can make the world of a difference. I really look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow for our mindfulness morning. And today we start our new little next 5-day challenge. If you want to be entered into a drawing for another prize, we are fitting yoga into our daily life. We're incorporating it into our daily life. So today is a morning energizing flow. Tomorrow is a nice desk lunch break flow. Wednesday will be a midday sequence. Thursday will be post work. We stretch out all those kinks, really open up. And then Friday will be a nice bedtime evening wind down class. So please join me every morning at about 9 a.m. for those. And otherwise, I will see you next time on the mat. Have a lovely beginning to your week. Happy Monday. Monday.